And who will get this match started? But Bianca Bertolino, ACC's aces leader, jump top serve. Handled well. We are underway. And put down by Otene off the dig from D'Amico.
You saw two keys executed right away. UNC goes right to the middle. That was their key. And then Georgia Tech, that transition dig offense. Nice job, D'Amico, getting a touch on that dig.
Bertolino recorded her 100th career ace versus Duke, third Tech player in modern history to reach 100 aces. Cooks that long, though. And a side out for the Tar Heels. And now here's Mabry Schaffmaster, who leads the Tar Heels in aces. Both teams gonna let it rip from the service line to begin this match. Trying to set through the middle, covered well. And to the outside on the cut shot, well covered by D'Amico. Otene steps into it. Bertolino backs up, resets for the Jackets. They go quick and they find the back line. Anna Bozy gets the point.
This is going to be pretty fun volleyball to watch. So your first two servers are the top servers of the match between Schaffmaster and Bertolino, but that transition middle attack's nice to see with Georgia Tech's offense.
Bertolino feeds it, pushed over by Bertolino. Couldn't quite get in sync. North Carolina, though, can't get in sync itself. And Tech able to steal a point.
When Georgia Tech doesn't have the right contact, they're taking out the right side, which the setter normally plays, or you have a little right side motion into the net. So good job, Bertolino, placing that on the right side of the court.
Now Pimentel, a pair of aces in the win versus Duke. And a net violation on the Yellow Jackets. Point to the Tar Heels. Michelle Collier in disbelief, but it's now 3-2.
That ball was questionable, so the up official needs to identify if the ball's coming over for Georgia Tech's attacker to have a swing on it. But this is not a challengeable rule, so regardless how hard Coach Collier is fighting right now, she can't use her challenge card.
And expressing herself non-verbally as we see. First swing for Larissa Mendez. Block touch, North Carolina to the outside, and Foster tried to crank it corner, but outside, point Tech.
Foster, a grad transfer from Charlotte. She comes in with experience. Watch her get a lot of rips on the outside. She's a high jumper, swings hard, and trying to hit that corner shot.
Yeah, transfer from Charlotte, where she led the 49ers in kills per set all 3 years. Overpass and an easy point for Deandra Pierce out of the middle. Georgia Tech is playing a 6th straight match without the former Tar Heel Liv Mogridge, still 4th in the ACC in hitting percentage, trying to work her way back from that lower leg injury. We did see her go through warm-ups and dress out. At least not on the court to begin the match. And an ace for Mendez. Mike Shaw talked about the need to handle Georgia Tech serving. I don't know if Larissa Mendez factored into that equation, but she makes it 6-2 Tech.
You can see the strategy going up the line, right the seam between Schaffmaster and Foster, trying to make that decision.
And there's the freshman from Brazil. Serve received by Schaffmaster. She will take the swing from the back and turn it down.
I just love the way Schaffmaster competes. She just got aced and then comes back, asks for the ball out of system, ready for a back row attack. Competitive energy you got with Schaffmaster.
25 kills for the junior in that 5-set win versus Clemson, tied for the most kills by an ACC player this year, with a service error by Schaffmaster. Puts the Tech lead at 4. Schaffmaster also surpassed 1,000 career kills against Clemson. Behrens, a diving dig by Otene. Mendez gets the point.
It all started with the touch off the block, just to slow the attack from Foster. And then that was the touch right there at the block. Slow it down, Otene can make that dig, and then back row attack. Freshman Mendez from the right side, beautifully done.
Carolina with a lot of sink to begin, and another ace on the miss hit by Schaffmaster. Mike Shaw off his seat, and he calls timeout. North Carolina has won its opening set in its last 5 matches, but they've given up an early 6-point hold to the Jackets. Just underway in Atlanta. So great to have you with us.
We love our house.
It's on a great block, tree-lined streets.
The neighbors are observant.
And we're back at the Sullivan house.
It's lawn day, Sheila, and the leaves are piling up.
At least Geico makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
Nothing but air.
Hate to see that.
Geico. Bundling made easy.
How long you planning on staying?
I'm focusing on manifesting the life I want.
I hate all the words you just used. I can play on live TV. It's gonna be fun. Am I sweating? Yeah. You know what? Put your arms down. My sister floats through life without ever thinking about how her actions affect other people.
Best Picture Oscar winner.
Birdman, Spotlight, Moonlight, Shape of Water, Green Book, Parasite, Nomadland, Coda.
Quiz Lady. Rated R. November 3rd.
It's bow time.
It's not just football season. It's tailgate season.
And this season includes every kind of football.
Tailgate like a legend with bold, hand-breaded chicken and fluffy buttermilk biscuits. Order your tailgate box in the Bojangles app. It's bow time.
Yeah, with Metro, there's no contracts, no price hikes, no surprises. There's not a yada yada.
Wait, Metro has not the contract yada yada?
With this surprise yada yada. Price hike yada yada. Yada 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 yada.
Contract yada yada.
And this yada yada.
I don't know, kid. That one makes sense.
Nada yada yada means wireless without the gotcha. No contracts, no price hikes, no surprises. Only at Metro.
An early 9-3 lead for Georgia Tech. Keely, we talked about the service line being the line in the sand this afternoon. Already Georgia Tech a pair of aces to help them to this early set one lead.
So right now the score is 9-3. That's 12 points. 4 of those points have been aces. Georgia Tech carries 3. UNC with 1. We knew we would see it today. And Georgia Tech and UNC showing up on that service line.
Tamara Otene coming off her 11th double-double of the season to put it in play following the North Carolina timeout. Slide attack dug by Mendez. It's Bertolino winding up and finessing it on the cut shot.
A big embrace from Libero Pimentel to Bianca Bertolino. A scouted shot. First it started with a great dig. And a scouted shot, inside cut shot, taking off pace is Bertolino for the kill.
She was always a crafty player her first 3 years here, the native of Argentina. A lot more physicality now to her swings from the pin as that swing finds the back line for the North Carolina point. Stops the Georgia Tech 4-0 run.
Sometimes you don't have to hit it hard as much as placement. Like you saw with Bertolino cutting it inside. That one with Foster, it was just a place hit. She'll take it.
Got it. Cross court for Bertolino. Hammers another one home. We've seen a lot more of those types of swings, however, for Bianca Bertolino this year.
Yes, that's typical. The hard shots going off the hands. And then when she can start her game with that finesse first shot, that's where you catch the defenders on their heels a little bit, guessing where you're going to go.
Here's Patterson to serve, touches the tape. Punched up by Schaffmaster. D'Amico, back set Mendez. Now red at the tape. Schaffmaster now stabs into it. And it caught tape, did not catch Georgia Tech hand, point Tech.
Patterson tried to make a move, but it's not like baseball. You don't want to get that strike. In volleyball, if that sucker sails out of bounds and you don't touch it, that's a good thing.
Yeah. Ups the Tech lead to 8. Georgia Tech leads the ACC in digs per set by nearly a full dig. Proven feisty at the line as Bertolino rattles it through the double block for another point.
If you're home watching this, the thing you want to pay attention to is the touch off the blocks and the defensive move and the cover ball by Bozy. Georgia Tech's one of the best covering teams in the ACC in there to protect their hitter on the shot to give a second chance.
Michelle Collier's teams, and we've talked about this, they had been known for their pyrotechnics on offense the last several years. They're getting it done defensively this year. Low flat set in the point by Schaffmaster.
Schaffmaster is liking that matchup. You have setter, tall setter D'Amico with the close of Bozy. That was just a power shot into the block, going to test her penetration. Schaffmaster going for the rip.
Schaffmaster, first team All-ACC a year ago, former ACC Freshman of the Year. D'Amico tees it up, little out of sync on the middle attack. Schaffmaster winds up again. Pimentel to the floor for the dig. Bertolino, and that is long.
Bertolino trying to take the swing and going off the hands. That dig from Pimentel will be one you want to remember because off a Schaffmaster's hit, I thought the ball was going down.
Now Pimentel does lead the ACC in digs percent. Over on 2 by D'Amico. Swift there. And how about that elevation from the back?
So, Andy, those are 2 digs from Georgia Tech. That was a swing and the miss, and both of the balls went long. You just go, okay, glad I did not touch that ball.
Yeah, that was long from Amani Foster. 14-6 Jackets. DeAndre Pierce, the junior and transfer from Texas, in now for Michele Collier. Georgia Tech pleading for double contact. Bertolino down the line. Schaffmaster flat-footed. Pimentel, the bump set. Mendez got it blocked. Schaffmaster and Sydney Nolan here to swallow it up.
Nolan's closing that block as a 6'4" blocker with 6'1" Schaffmaster. That's a wall when it gets set up. You got to hit high into that when you see 4 hands because that's a hard block to get around.
Sydney Nolan, a career high 6 blocks in that 5-set win versus Clemson. Trying to chip away at this Georgia Tech early lead. Bertolino. We'll try again. And get the point.
This is where Georgia Tech will frustrate you, being first in the ACC in digs percent. They run the court. You really have to work hard to try to get a point off of this defense.
It could just be an enervating team to face. Bertolino cranks one into the net. Boy, it was a sight to behold from Bianca Bertolino. Georgia Tech on Friday down 23-20 late in the 4th versus Duke. Bianca Bertolino from the service line rips off a 5-0 run and delivers the victory to Tech. Foster jousted for Otene. Cross court. Bertolino floats it to Otene, and she gets the point off the hands.
Oh, guys, that was an out-of-system ball. Bertolino is almost at the end line, delivers a low and flat ball right to her outside. That's almost like an in-system set, how low that was, and going off the hands is Otene.
Second kill of the set for Tamara Otene. Ooh, and that one just ricochets Maddie May. She was trying to turn the shoulder and let it sail along, and I think Paula Pimentel knows she got away with one. And another timeout for the Tar Heels with the Jackets extending their lead to 17-8.
When your team in the ACC second in aces per set is a team game. Right now you had Mendez on the service line, Pimentel ripping it. Just a really hard-fought match we're seeing today, but Coach Collier's done a great job working on the service game and getting the middles of the ball involved in the offense this week in practice.
And Michele Collier, who's in her 10th season to Georgia Tech, has had to adjust her offensive approach because of the injury to Liv Mogridge. They've been a lot more selective in setting up the middle, but she's had to make some tweaks to her system to still have that same efficiency.
Correct, and getting Bozy in the offense, and you'll see Pearson a little bit on that slide attack and a distance set of the 3. Coach Collier and Pinheiro, just a solid staff that you have for this Georgia Tech squad, really trying to find how can we take pressure off our pin attack, because if we just set our outside hitters and right side hitters, that makes up the pin attack. It's just predictable, so we need to focus this week in practice, getting our middle involved in the offense.
Trying to guide her Yellow Jackets to a 4th straight NCAA tournament appearance. Longest postseason streak for the Yellow Jackets in nearly 20 years. They come in today. Now RPI of 12 and 7-2 in the ACC. The losses a 5-set around the road to Pittsburgh. Were swept here last Sunday by Miami. Rebounded Friday with a 4-set win versus Duke in no small part thanks to that woman, number 5, Bianca Bertolino.
If you get a good pass for Carolina, you got to find your middle again. That's been a good swing.
Go to the outside pin and put down by Maria Miggins. Graduate student from the Woodlands, Texas, gets her first kill.
Nice job reversing the flow from setter Barrett, running forward, giving it back to Miggins.
To North Carolina by way of High Point. Oh, and just muscled down through the middle by Pierce.
Coach Collier mentioned about her middles. They're both high jumpers. Everyone can swing. We just have to find that connection. It is working. Those practices have paid off right now.
Already 2 kills for the junior DeAndre Pierce, who had 4 versus Duke. 18-9 Jackets. Just in rhythm and a big rip by Miggins again.
First set of the match, sometimes it takes you a little bit to find your offense, and you see Setter Barrett saying, okay, Miggins is hot right now. That's a good seam because I run my middle away with Swift, so I'm creating that seam opportunity for Miggins to rip.
Miggins made her impact most on defense versus Clemson. Career high tying 5 blocks. Wow. Up a high bump set from the back. Otene down hard for the Tech point.
In the open, we talked about out-of-system offense execution. You're seeing that right now. Pimentel giving a beautiful ball, and then the previous one was Bertolino. Otene ripping too.
Who can be comfortable in the chaos, and so far Georgia Tech has shown the sharpness they've needed, but Schaffmaster too much smoke from the back.
One thing I just love watching about Schaffmaster is that she never looks at the score. She plays every ball hard, that Midwest Indiana spirit just coming through.
How'd I know you'd shout out the Midwest spirit as someone who is full of it herself. Overpass on the serve and put down by Schaffmaster. Georgia Tech serve receive against the North Carolina team that's right behind them in the ACC and aces per set. One of their rare miscues. Otene with the touch and the side out.
How fun is this? So the early shots are always scouted shots. So right away, Otene knew she, and we normally see Otene tipping to the middle, and you saw her take that one to the right because in your brain quickly you register what that scouting report was to where the open shot on your back row attack is.
Georgia Tech's leaders in kills, the senior from Auckland, New Zealand. Georgia Tech the first to 20. Schaffmaster with a change of pace, pancaked out by Bertolino and punched over by D'Amico. Right back to Schaffmaster, and she makes it clinical. Oh, but they say it was wide. Eyelash call, but it goes the way of the Jackets.
First off, Bertolino's play, that was a double pancake. Won't be my right hand this time, maybe my left hand. I'm going with it, either one to get that scramble play. And Schaffmaster's swing, I think it was so fast, it could have been in or out how fast that ball went down.
Foster, elevation, and a detonation.
This is why you keep Foster in the back row. She's done it all career at Charlotte. Now with UNC, out of system, run and throw, just straight trust going right back on that swing.
A little glimpse of why she was first team All-Conference USA a season ago. The service long, though. It is an interesting blend for Mike Shaw with grad transfers and freshmen.
And you're, as your first-year head coach, trying to create that cohesive unit, but Coach Shaw's talked about being the assistant coach the last 5 years, and he didn't really have to get to know anyone new.
Knew his personnel, recruited the entire roster. Schaffmaster can't guide that on the cut shot, point Tech.
We watched Georgia Tech in practice right before this match. There was high energy. The entire team, both sides, just competing hard. Georgia Tech Sunday, Monday morning brunch must have paid off.
Well, Tech on Friday won the first set 25-10 over the Blue Devils, largest margin of victory in a set since North Carolina last year, as North Carolina wins the point on the net violation.
Right idea to take that swing in the middle, and Georgia Tech actually had a good touch off that block, just a little too much on that arm penetration.
Setter Zoe Barrett with the serve, might have been going long. Mendez plays it over. Free ball for North Carolina. They set up the middle. Bertolino turned away. D'Amico with the jump set to Otene flying through, but she was met at the summit by Nolan for the Tar Heel point.
That's what the Tar Heels need in this moment. Just Georgia Tech to make some type of error because they're playing hard, playing competitively, as you try to finish out this set and get momentum for the second.
Yeah, it's all about building that momentum for set number 2 as Bertolino overcooks it, and all of a sudden North Carolina starting to build. Oh, they say it was off the touch. Point Tech, and now set point. Kind of nonchalanted that. And it's a chance for Bianca Bertolino to send a missile. She'll take something off on the serve. Maddie May there for the dig. Megan has had a couple of good swings in this set. Mendez down the line. Too much smoke, and Georgia Tech too much for the Tar Heels as they claim set number 1, 25-15. A sharp start to the Sunday.
Just missing it probably by like 4 inches on the swing.
Zoe Barron puts it in play to begin the first set with a service error, and that was absent from North Carolina. 3rd in the ACC behind Tech and aces per set, but shut out from the service line in the opening set. Back set, Miggins rejected. Anna Bosey closing it down with Otene.
In the previous set, you saw Bertolino get the matchup with Miggins. This time you have Otene. Attention to detail, getting that close, great vision down, taking away the line shot with Miggins, straight to the floor.
Miggins again. Oh, pinpoint placement around the double block by Miggins.
This just shows the experience. A grad transfer from High Point. Miggins got blocked and she said, no big deal. I know my next shot. Go ahead, give me the ball again.
Showing that lefty craftiness. Wow, Shaftmaster down for the ace. Now you see why she only trails Bertolino for most aces in the conference.
She's like, guys, just give me a set. I'm warming up to this and watch me rip, getting in my flow, Shaftmaster, going straight through the seam.
You can see that topspin. And she sends that wide. She'll have to settle for the split.
Pretty hard for the Georgia Tech serve receive, trying to get through that. You have Bertolino was the libero for the Argentine national team, and then Pimentel, one of the best passers in the ACC.
Got the 3-2 lead. You see Pimentel lead the ACC in digs per set, and it enables Otene to get the point off the outside hand of the block.
Otene is such a good jumper that when you get her a tight set, she can use that height and advantage to go off the blocker's hands for the tool.
Mara Otene, 6th in the ACC in kills per set, coming off the double-double versus Duke. Service error makes it 4-3 Jackets. You see Bella D'Amico, and D'Amico had started to cede her playing time to the freshman Eloise Suarez, etc. But the performance that she had can really reorient her the other night versus Duke as they go short through the middle and off the touch, the point from Pierce.
You always watch the touch call and then the body language of the blocker. If there's no complaint, you knew right away it was the obvious touch call.
That is the best corroboration the up official could have, right? And Miggins able to rattle it through the hands. Now Maria Miggins started to assert herself from that outside pin.
And you love her setter Barron going right back to her first set of the match, got blocked. The last 2 have been kills. That's the confidence you have in Miggins.
4th kill for her. But another service error. It has been high leverage at the service line for North Carolina, but not going the way they want early.
And I understand that you have to take risk. Georgia Tech ranked 13th in the nation. You have to go strong, put your A-game serve on the line.
That is 5 service errors to just 1 ace for North Carolina. D'Amico with the jump set to Otene, and you could see that coming.
I was off of my seat as soon as the set was released because I saw the block release enough with Pierce in the middle. That's all you need. You create that seam, and nice job going over it.
Otene floats the serve long.
I love watching Otene's game, don't get me wrong, but she sometimes gets so down on herself after one mistake. So the bounce back right now is what she'll continue to progress in.
She is dialed in. She is as fearsome a hitter in this ACC. Bertolino trying to cut it cross court. Schaffmaster well placed. Foster turned away. Bertolino roaming in the middle.
I am loving the flow from the energy of the pre-match practice to now. Georgia Tech, just every attention to detail looks strong. Bertolino stepping over to triple that back row attack from Foster.
The second block for Georgia Tech. North Carolina only one. The season high 16 blocks in the win over Clemson. Dotted. And an ace. Make it 9-5 Jackets.
Missing Liv Mogridge in the serving rotation as a middle. Patterson stepped in a big way, getting that service sub. Nice energy on the court, great ace.
And Liv Mogridge not only one of the best in the ACC in hitting percentage, but second on the Jackets in aces. Barrett trickling along the tape. North Carolina chance to reload as they go to Schaffmaster for the point.
At that swing, I'm like, here it comes, here it comes. Schaffmaster had the angle of the court, got wide. Watch how she keeps his ball on her right side, going hard inside on the triple.
On the triple. Still was able to find the crease. Gives her a team high 5 kills. Well, D'Amico having to race to set that up for Bertolino and sends it into the net.
All you need is a little hope right now. North Carolina just riding that wave.
And North Carolina, it just seems, Keely, has not put enough pressure on the service line yet versus Tech. We know they're capable of it. It's Mendez doing the hot coal walk to get out of the way of that.
A little dodgeball.
Yeah.
If you're the, yeah. Get out of that way.
That is a 6th service here, though, by North Carolina. Ella D'Amico, the senior from Westerville, Ohio. Foster reaching for it and getting the point.
That's a tip. We used to see Otene run a lot, and that's a scouted shot. Foster didn't have the power hit. She's in a little early. The ball was high. Just testing the off blocker motion. Really not trying to make Georgia Tech's libero Pimentel play the ball. Played it on Mendez.
Once again, the line has been unkind to the Tar Heels.
It's one of those catch-22s because you know you have to go for your hard serve because Georgia Tech's passing is solid. So you want to just get in that rhythm as you go through the match.
Watch out, overpass, Boese puts it down. But she can credit Bianca Bertolino for causing that chaos. And a timeout, North Carolina with the Yellow Jackets ahead 12-8. Georgia Tech hitting .310 for the match, 500 in this second set, and up 4.
Okay, again, this is a status bar, this is a search bar. Let's know the difference, okay?
Social media. It can be overwhelming for a young homeowner turning into their parents.
Now, what does it mean to slide into someone's DMs? Because it sounds like a lot of fun.
Okay, we're not ready for that.
As a team, we'll get there.
It might be a fruit emoji, but that doesn't mean they're talking about fruit.
Progressive can't save you from becoming your parents, but we can save you money when you bundle home and auto with us.
Okay, do you really think we need 47 photos of fun dinner at Pam's?
Yes.
No.
Hello?
Have you met them yet?
Met who?
Hello?
Freddy's can get to you.
What are you so afraid of?
Rated PG-13.
It's bow time.
It's not just football season. It's tailgate season.
And this season includes every kind of football.
Tailgate like a legend with bold hand-breaded chicken and fluffy buttermilk biscuits. Order your tailgate box in the Bojangles app. It's bow time.
To some folks, college football is a few humdrum hours on a Saturday. To the rest of us, it's sacred. It's a yearly pilgrimage to the hills of Rocky Top. It's having your own safe haven deep behind enemy lines. A place to reunite with your actual family of 5 and your chosen family of 105,000. So go on then, get together, and turn all those away games into home games in a Verbo all your own. Football away, baby.
As we welcome you back to Atlanta this offseason, Liv Mogridge swapped her Tar Heel blue for Georgia Tech white and gold. Freshman All-ACC a season to go in Chapel Hill. See her in uniform, but if we were to pan down, you'll see she's got the sweatpants on. Out a 7th consecutive game as she nurses her way back to health from a lower leg injury. Regardless, Keely, has to be an emotional afternoon for her.
And I'm sure Liv Mogridge, being so competitive, would love to play this match. I almost see tears in her eyes. They're not tears. She just locked in, lighting.
Yeah. Mike Shaw called the timeout to ice Bianca Bertolino. Got the job done.
One thing you'll watch Bertolino get in her groove throughout the match. It takes her, went to a float serve, now getting in the rhythm of her top spin serve, but smart timeout.
Shaftmaster's turn to put it in the net. So both of the ace specialists swapping errors and back out to a 4-point lead for the Yellow Jackets.
You know, Coach Shaw was breathing a little easy when Bertolino missed her serve, and I'm sure Coach Collier did the same with Shaftmaster.
Yeah, right. Biggins rejected, and the block for the point from Otene.
Otene's going all the way over to the line shot from Miggins to take that away and saying, okay, you can beat me seam, but I'm going to try to get over on your line shot. Watch this move. Otene trying to take that away.
Second block for Tamara Otene. Barrett ranges underneath it, finds Foster. Bertolino steps in front of Pimentel. The windup by Mendez, but it is wide.
Right idea of a low set delivery. Mendez had that, just not able to make her feet speed up to that low set.
Marisa Mendez, the freshman, second on the Yellow Jackets in kills, unable to pound that down. 14-10 to damp on that serve, and the ace.
This is the fun part in volleyball because you rotate around, so you look at 6 different servers. Sometimes you hit the sub, so it could be more. So every server is different. As a serve receive passer, you have to adjust what do they like to do.
Annie May. And the ace. Georgia Tech with a rip from Otene all the way near the back wall. Bumped over by Foster. D'Amico with the feed to Mendez, blocked. Otene trying to find the cut shot, it's not there. North Carolina is building the wall at the net. Maybe their best rally of the day. Can they turn it into a point? They go short and get the point. Quick set and put down by Pierce.
Take a moment and appreciate. Georgia Tech was not running that middle transition attack. And right there, Bella D'Amico on the run, gives it to Pierce. Trust that pop right there.
So a long rally ends on the quick set. That's a 4th kill for Pierce. And Georgia Tech gets the points on the attack here. 16-11 Yellow Jackets.
You see, this is what frustrates teams when they play Georgia Tech, is that relentless defense. You saw Pimentel pick up 2 beautiful digs to keep those rallies going. And then when the middle attack is working in transition, Georgia Tech's really hard to stop.
This is not a Georgia Tech team that is menacing in blocks, but defensively they will dig as well as anybody in the ACC. Can they dig this from Foster? Yes, from Pimentel. Otene gets it off the touch for the point. And they do award it to the Yellow Jackets.
And off that touch, I always watch the body language of the opposing team. No complaints from the UNC side on that touch.
Yeah, no complaints, but a timeout from the Tar Heels as the Yellow Jackets stretch their lead to 6. After a 25-15 first set win, the Shelley Collier's club up 17-11 in the second. And North Carolina now trying to stanch a 3-0 run from the Yellow Jackets. Very sharp work for Georgia Tech, hitting 286 so far. What has stood out for you, Keely, watching this Georgia Tech offense?
You see that middle Pierce right now has 4 kills on 5 swings. The attention to detail to get the middle going in the offense. Setter D'Amico's doing a great job running the show, but it's been the defense touch off the block, which is not a stat. So a touch off the block, it just slows the ball down enough to make that dig. Georgia Tech has 26 digs of the match, UNC with 19.
Last year, when these teams met at Carmichael, Georgia Tech held North Carolina to a season low in hitting percentage. North Carolina not trending where they would like through a set and a half. This is a North Carolina team, we should note, Keely, that has had to mix and match because of some injuries, some veterans who haven't seen the court time they would like due to injuries. Right now, the answers have been elusive against this Georgia Tech team.
And you have hitter Shaftmaster, number 9 on your screen right now. She has 5 kills, so it's definitely leading the way for her team. You love to see a little more spread of the offense. Get her going, get a little middle attack going, because right now Miggins, Georgia Tech's all over that right side attack.
And Shaftmaster, like you said, leads the way with 5 kills, but only 133 on the hitting percentage. Noted versus Clemson, surpassed 1,000 career kills. First Tar Heel to do that since Paige Neuenfeld in 2015. Shaftmaster, well, she has been swinging a hammer for the moment she set foot on campus. And an ace from Mendez.
On a serve receive pass, it's all about eye-level tracking. So on that contact, you saw Foster pop her head high, and that ball catches you fast when you disconnect that hand-eye coordination.
Fifth ace all ready for the Jackets. Foster.
Gosh.
Wow. Another dig by Pimentel. Barron sights it. Feeds Miggins. Cross court this time to Foster, and she just is able to power it through.
That is the bounce back from Foster. You get ace, and then you come through a beautiful swing on the first one. Pimentel made a great dig, and then you stay in the game, coming through with that second power swing.
And even though it did not result in a point for Georgia Tech, you saw in that replay, Ella D'Amico is part of the double block, and that's one thing Georgia Tech missed when she gave up some playing time to Eloise Suarez, because D'Amico is a solid 6 foot, much better on blocking than Suarez.
Exactly, so puts up a solid block and then can run the show. Just a little more cohesive unit when you got D'Amico on the court.
Following the kill by Otene. 19-12 Georgia Tech. Foster off the hands for the point.
All the yeses right there, Foster. High jumper. Watch her stay open to rip this inside cut shot. Ball slightly inside, going inside, making Bertolino make a move to her left.
Former Conference USA Freshman of the Year out of Henderson, North Carolina, and Charlotte. The slide attack, Pierce. North Carolina smothers that. Chance to chisel away this 6-point deficit. Lunging dig by Bertolino, but the error by the Yellow Jackets.
Georgia Tech does a great job in practice. You watch them getting the middles involved as setters. Right there, Pierce was trying to go for a back set instead of the side set to the back row.
Bertolino, wow. A quick, violent arm swing from Bertolino. And Georgia Tech, again, the first to 20.
It is the out-of-system offense. D'Amico on the run. Watch the spin set. She's about 15 feet back, delivering a money ball for Bertolino. Keep it in front of her for vision around that block.
There's a bounce back Friday for Bella D'Amico, and she's clearly carried that over to today as she closes on the block with Bosie. And a 7-point Tech lead in the second.
Pretty nice to see that inside cut shot going from both outside hitters between Shaftmaster and Foster. Trying to go, that one just missing it a little bit in the net.
Here's Patterson to serve. And inside the line for the side out from Foster.
Foster is feeling her game. When you're ripping it like that in the back row, you know that you're starting to compete right now. Going right at Patterson.
I don't know, 54 starts in her time at Charlotte. Oh, Bertolino has to reach back for it, still gets the point.
Bertolino's middle name should be ball control right there. That hand control contact is one of the best you'll see in the ACC. Just a finesse. Behind her doesn't matter. That girl can make her hand contact anywhere.
The senior from Argentina, 7 kills along with 5 digs. D'Amico, today lunging for it, gets the point.
You love how low that ball is going. So in volleyball, you either call it a bick because it's low or a pipe attack, but you just have to be on the same page. D'Amico going low and flat, and then ready as always as Otene.
Lost her from the back again. Pimentel there to cover. Up for Mendez, and Georgia Tech is at set point.
Pimentel is running a defensive show right now. Nothing is getting past her anywhere close to that left back. Picking up digs is Pimentel.
Yeah, Paolo Pimentel, 11 digs, Keely. It feels like a lot more. Just leaking frustration out of North Carolina. Bozy. Schaffmaster once again.
Changing her shot. So Schaffmaster is trying to cut it inside, and she's like, okay, the block is over there. Defenders are saying, let me go ahead and change my shot. I'm going to go off the triple block more toward the deep corner.
Oh, crafty Bertolino changes pace and delivers a set 2 victory for the Yellow Jackets. 25-50 competition from that middle of the pack, where you can't take your foot off the pedal any weekend in the ACC. Bertolino steals an ace off the tape to begin the 3rd set.
And then imagine we're going to have Stanford, SMU, Cal added to the mix in the game of volleyball, not just to all the sports, but volleyball. That adds another level.
Yeah, go clutch your rosary beads now. It'll only get tougher. Schaffmaster steps into it, the block and the point for the Jackets. Anna Bozy coming off maybe the best match of her career against Duke, the sophomore from Troy, Ohio, being a presence along with Mendez on the outside.
And you saw the penetration and jump into the seam, recognizing Schaffmaster was going with her favorite shot, that inside cut shot.
Bertolino up high, down hard. Mendez can't put it away. An opportunity for Schaffmaster, but another block, this one from Mendez.
Mendez, a 6'4" wall, carries experience as a freshman, plays with Olympians in Brazil. She's not scared of a hard hit attack, ready for that.
2-time ACC Freshman of the Week, led the Yellow Jackets with 16 kills in the 4-setter versus Duke. Oh, watch out. Otene trying to kick it airborne, but North Carolina gets the point. And we know Georgia Tech, and Paolo Pimentel in particular, capable of the kick save.
I was waiting for another ESPN highlight right there. Just kick save it over.
Now, it's not that they don't play soccer in New Zealand, native soil for Tamara Otene, but they don't play it like Paolo Pimentel knows they do in Brazil. Yeah, that was a great highlight, albeit in a 3-set loss to Miami last Sunday. It stops a 3-0 start to the set for the Yellow Jackets. Schaffmaster's turn for a jump top serve, but it sails long. How about the fancy footwork of Claudia Pinheiro?
Pinheiro was like, I played soccer in my day in Brazil, stomps on that ball like nothing.
Yep. And they're right back to the clipboard for Michelle Collier's assistant. Pimentel clears everyone out. Armani Thurman starting the 3rd set for the Tar Heels. The inside cut by Otene is covered well. And a point for North Carolina at the net.
And net violation is easy to call if the ball clears the net. So you want to see first, was it the ball? But that ball was over the net, and the blocker's arms could be the only other thing that touched that ball.
Block error on Deandra Pierce makes it 4-2. D'Amico feeds Mendez, kept up but not over. Point Jackets.
I I had a teammate in Spain that her game was 100% tooling the block. If you get good at the angles, you can play at a really high level. Mendez knows there's no defense to the right out of bounds, so that was a nice, smart shot.
That was something that you saw a lot from Bertolino early in her career, getting points off the hands. And Larissa Mendez, if you use Bianca Bertolino as the player to emulate, pick the right person. Mendez on the service. And another point at the net for the Tar Heels. On the net violation from Michelle Collier's side.
Two tight contacts right there. The down official is all over that.
Maria Miggins subs in. She'll toss it up. Barrett the quick set. Pimentel the cover. Otene from the standstill puts it into the net.
All you need is a little hope right now, and you can see Carolina looking at Georgia Tech. That was 2 net violations, 1 hit into the net. That's just enough errors to be like, okay, we don't have to be perfect to pull off a win.
And Georgia Tech has played clean through 2 sets. A little bit of sloppiness seeping in with the score 5-4 here in the third. And do we have a challenge issue?
Coach Collier is challenging a net violation on this call.
Indeed, Michelle Collier challenging the net violation as we get our first review of the afternoon. I was wondering why we were sailing along.
It did seem fairly quick.
Tar Heels trying to preserve a 3-match win streak. We'll see what the up camera shows.
The first thing you look for is net motion. So you saw net moving after that. Then the next thing you look to see if the ball cleared it or the fingers.
I think there was a fingertip on the net.
Correct.
Might have been from Barron. Let's take a look. Yeah.
Correct, because the ball did not even come close to that net, so you can obviously see it was the fingers.
Yeah, Zoe Barron, the culprit. One of Mike Shaw's terrific freshmen. Of course, we only offer opinions. We do not offer verdicts. That is for the man in the screen. As we say, there are some challenges of hope and some challenges of conviction. That one was a challenge of conviction. And the call goes Georgia Tech's way.
Next year, I know it's too late now, but I'm going to keep a stat of how many times Coach Collier is correct on the touch and net calls, because I swear she's like about 95% correct.
Keita, I can promise you, every coach internally keeps their winning percentage on challenges. That has to be a point of pride for them. Barron with a quick set and the kill. Sadie Swift, the sophomore from Austin, Texas.
You can see Swift changing her shot. The first attacks throughout the match were going to the right. Pimentel was right there. This one a push set, causing Swift to hit it to her left. That's where the opening will be on the defense.
Yeah, the Swifties are out in Atlanta. 6'3" sophomore Sadie Swift. There, Tolino cranks down another one. She is swinging a hammer today.
The difference through the evolution of Bertolino's game is how low this set is. That one was a great delivery from D'Amico, nice and low. In her earlier years, they were giving Bertolino nice high ball so the block could get set up, and that's where her tool shots would happen.
She is surrounded early in her career by the likes of Julia Bergman, the All-American, Mariana Brambila. It is her show now, and she has risen to the occasion. Crouches down to get the dig. Mendez flying through, gets the point.
Speed is the name of the game. D'Amico's going low to the outside and then reversing a back row attack low to Mendez. Nicely done.
Pushes the Tech lead to 8-4. Jacket still hitting .333. Wow. Sophie Hampton, the freshman. Get a glimpse of the future there.
Heck yeah, from setter to freshman, outside hitter. Nice shot, that's a nice high jump off of that. Look how high she is, and then going off the blocker's hands on a little delay on swing.
Jessup, Maryland, outside Baltimore. She could jump touch 10-8 in high school. Service air for the Tar Heels, and that has been a persistent theme for North Carolina today.
At 10-8, you are a walking scholarship.
You are a skyscraper, yes.
Yes. You're like, any coach would take a risk and be like, I'll just teach you how to hit.
Hampton, an ABCA first-team high school All-American. Her team trying to chase 4 points in the third. And point to the Jackets. You couldn't rip another one.
This is why you cross-train right here. That's another reason. That was a ball going fast at your face, playing handball in New Zealand, letting that ball fly past you is Otene.
And Mike Shaw calls timeout. Georgia Tech able to stretch the lead to 5, up 2-0 in Atlanta.
I have something for you. It's a security gig.
I will work and you will sleep, you understand?
This place has been shut down for years. It was huge in the 80s with the kids.
Welcome to Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria, where fantasy and fun come to life. Come to life. Come to life.
Can we go home now?
Giant robots murdering innocent people. You didn't think you should maybe tell me about that?
Rated PG-13.
Our oldest son, Stephen, had been stationed in the Marine Corps. He came home on a visit.
We hadn't seen him for so long.
Stephen said, I haven't had a Chick-fil-A sandwich in over 3 years.
It was late at night.
We were closing, and the phone rings. Stephen explains his situation, and I told him to come inside, and we were going to get him whatever he would like.
Stephen gobbled up that sandwich in like 2 bites. It's been a while since we've seen him.
We miss him.
We brought a care package for Steve.
I'll take that.
Oh, my goodness.
Years from now, when you look at the beautiful life you've built for your family, you'll realize it was all thanks to the choices you made today. The time is now to act on your love. Connect with an agent who can help you reach your financial goals.
Look at Georgia Tech's upcoming schedule. Very home-heavy second half of the regular season for the Yellow Jackets. They make the Northeast swing next weekend before a couple of big matchups at O'Keefe to begin the month of November. Meanwhile, for North Carolina, I know they schedule things now by computer, but are the Tar Heels, I'd be pouring Coke on the keyboard because, boy, that was a brutal beginning to conference play. Big matchup in Durham Wednesday of this week, where they welcome North Carolina State to Carmichael. A couple of matches on the horizon with Wake Forest as well. D'Amico to serve, 10-5 Georgia Tech. Foster cuts it loose. Block and the point. This might be the best Georgia Tech has played in the block all ACC long, Keeley.
100% agree with you, Andy. The attention to detail on the block and service game. Middle attack this week in practice is paying off. Stepping in for that crossbody shot. A little help from a left side is Bertolino and Bozy.
Georgia Tech is 14th in the ACC in blocks per set. That is a 6th of the match. And Sophie Hampton hammers down another one.
2 players I'm going to enjoy watching is Setter Barrett as she continues to grow in her game, and Hampton with that high jumping outside attack.
The back set to Bertolino down the line and touches, yes, for the Tech point. Mike Shaw might be marching toward the challenge card. That landed right in front of the Tar Heels' first-year coach. And a review here.
One thing about Bertolino's game is she works so hard in her hand control contact. So wherever that palm is facing, the ball will go. Bertolino has such control of her hand, really going sliver down the line, trying to see if that ball landed in on this line shot.
Just to be so in tune with your body, with the hand control. It's something that maybe you don't fully appreciate even when you're watching. But when you really slow things down, you gain an appreciation for it. As we'll see, the call on the court was in. Line official had a pretty good view of it.
There was no motion. He was going to take that like a champ right there.
As one does.
He's like, I am making this call. I'm thinking it stayed in. I'm flinching if I'm line judge right there.
Yeah. You got to fight human nature sometimes.
I'm thinking it's going to stand. What about you?
Call on the court was a Georgia Tech point. The challenge always gives you an opportunity for nachos and Sour Patch Kids.
Two incredible alumni right there, Jordan McCullers and Monique Mead. Monique Mead's on the wall and in the stands today.
Bianca Bertolino joined Monique Mead as one of the 3 players in the modern scoring era to reach 100 career aces. And the call stands. Georgia Tech the point. It remains 12-6. I think that was the secret to Monique Mead hitting about 150 miles per hour on her serves. Nachos and Sour Patch Kids.
Oh yeah, she's pounding them back in the day too. And not only could she do jump topspin, she was left-handed on top of it.
Good luck with that. The air by Bertolino. Will send Schaffmaster back to the line for the Tar Heels rather. Recorded their 24th career double-double in the 5-set win versus Clemson Long on the jump top.
There's a high risk, high reward involved in their jump top, and a lot of times with good servers, Bertolino, you saw her go into a jump float midway through this match, just getting in a rhythm again. But Schaffmaster stays strong on that jump top.
A jump float by Pimentel. Barron pushes it across for Foster. Pimentel leads the ACC in digs per set, but Georgia Tech concedes the point to the Tar Heels on the ball handling error.
I know you want that one back. Pimentel on your screen right now doing a great job defending everything. You'll take any error if you're Carolina right now on the Georgia Tech side. Just staying in the match.
Battle Pimentel, 50-year senior from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. She knows how to jump on a grenade. As North Carolina thought they had an ace. The hustle by the Yellow Jackets to push it across. Pimentel toward the seats. D'Amico, the back set, Mendez, Schaffmaster from the back line digs it up. And North Carolina gets the point with Foster. Great defense on both sides of the net.
Out-of-system offense is everything, and North Carolina just staying strong, staying patient, relying on Foster on that final swing.
Now Monty Foster leads the Tar Heels with a 7th kill. Otene, side out Tech.
That is the bounce back. You have your senior setter, D'Amico. You didn't call this a double, and it has not phased her. She reversed it back to Mendez, and on this ball, putting a dime out there for Otene.
Otene continues to swing a heavy hand, gives her a 10th kill. Mendez the service. Jackets up 5. That one clipped hands. Shelly Collier didn't think so. Consults briefly with her team.
I'm thinking that ball was in live on our side. It looked like Thurman's swing dropped in as well.
Now she teased the challenge, but the call, the point for North Carolina will stand. The Italy Romani Thurman, the freshman from Little Rock, Arkansas.
Get the sneak peek right here. Finger touch from the block from Pierce.
Bump set from Bertolino to Otene, and she sails that. Down to a 3-point deficit for North Carolina. Michelle Collier calls her first time out of the match. North Carolina trying to grind back onto level terms, down 2 sets to none. And for the first time in the match, chasing Georgia Tech to the timeout. North Carolina hitting just 112 for the match. And we told you when these teams met in Chapel Hill last year, the Tar Heels were held to a season low in hitting percentage. Not a lot of consistent offense for North Carolina. They're trying to throw a little bit of everything at Georgia Tech, but defensively Tech has been very sharp.
You can see Coach Shaw changing the lineup just a little bit, putting high jumpers against a Georgia Tech right front attack. So you have Thurman taking the previous swing on the right side, and then outside between Hampton and Foster, just skying high. You just go with everything you've got. You go up and rip it. You have nothing to lose. Coach Shaw shifting it a little bit.
And Romani Thurman is a birth that her dad would be envious of. Of course, the daughter of Scotty Thurman. Played basketball at Arkansas, was part of their national championship team in 1994. And I know the North Carolina fans always enjoy when the announcer mentions that in that championship game, Arkansas and Scotty Thurman beat Duke.
Yes, you got to mention it probably every game, especially on Wednesday when you actually play Duke.
That was very deliberately included in Romani Thurman's media guide bio. Let's not sell her mom short. To be a physician ain't too bad as well. And her brother Scotty Jr., former defensive back for the Razorbacks.
You know, I find that often. A lot of NBA players, they put their daughters in volleyball. You see with LeBron James right now, his daughter with that highlight. And like you, Andy.
Yes.
You have a daughter that plays. It's like, it's not a secret anymore. Volleyball is where it's at.
One of the best players in the nation right now, Asia O'Neal. Her dad, Jermaine O'Neal, longtime NBA power forward. Asia O'Neal could be a potential National Player of the Year.
Yes, she's so fun to watch.
Yeah. 14-11, Georgia Tech in the third. Megan, the left-hander, back on, set to serve. Only 2 aces so far for the Tar Heels. Otene, too much speed.
Nicely done out of a timeout. Not only sticking the pass, but changing the play. Setting Otene inside. That caused her a lot of court to look at because the block from North Carolina went wide.
11th kill for Otene, following her 12 versus Duke. And the serve floats long to the senior.
With Otene, it's one set to the next. You almost want to just shake her and be like, girl, you have so much game in you. Shake it off, move on. I just want to go on the court sometimes, you know? Just zoom me in, pretend I'm like 20.
Well, I need an analyst, so I don't need you to do that. Otene swooping from the back. There you go.
D'Amico's like, Keely, we got it handled. Otene, I'm going right back to you. That's the confidence you have in your setter, D'Amico. Beautifully done, nice and low. On the money, Otene for that deep shot.
Yeah, Bella D'Amico, preseason All-ACC. The senior, though, struggled, looked a lot shakier than Tech fans had often seen her. And gave up some playing time to the freshman Eloise Suarez. But if she can drop dimes like she has Friday and today, you feel good about Georgia Tech's prospects, and you feel really good about North Carolina's prospects for the future when Sophie Hampton is hitting lasers like that.
There's just something about 10-8 that you can't touch. It's just high and over. And then you add power, ball control. She's lights out fire.
You can't touch it, and you can't teach it. Otene right into the chops of Swift. Point Jackets.
That's a hard shot by Otene going deep at the defender. When you get caught with your hands down on defense and that ball sails high, there's not much you can do.
Otene hitting .417 for the match, Keely. Barrett feeds Hampton for another point. Sophie Hampton, she's had a bit of a breakout here in the third set.
All the yeses, it's all about finding offense. So pretty nice by her setter, Barron. First set, she was like, okay, Miggins is hot. Right now, I can go outside to Hampton.
She's following in the footsteps of her mom. Oh boy, North Carolina gives that one away. That was a tailor-made overpass point. Georgia Tech will take it anyway.
That's what you call little JK. I'm gonna go up and set this, JK.
Little LOL JK. Is that the official technical term for it?
That's what when I'm teaching kids, little JK.
Hampton blocked this time. Posey cast in the shadow. And timeout North Carolina. Just when the Tar Heels had started to build some momentum, felt like they could chip away at Georgia Tech's lead, it's back out to 5, and North Carolina needs to regroup.
Georgia Tech has Miami to thank for this blocking step up. It took them 3 sets to get the first block in the Miami match, and now coming strong. You can see Georgia Tech's really worked on blocking, middle offense, and running the show.
Having to do this without the services of Liv Mogridge, who despite missing 7 straight matches, still leads the Yellow Jackets in blocks. Michelle told us a couple of weeks ago it'd have to be a collective effort. There was no one answer to the absence of Liv Mogridge, but players like Bosie and Callie Engeman have taken turns stepping up, and Michelle said they've done a good job raising their games and doing whatever it takes to contribute.
You know, in the previous years, Coach Collier's had Brambila, Bergman, 2 first-team All-Americans. It was obvious whoever was hot, the ball was going to either one. This year, it's been a little more like chess. What system is going to work? What ball should we go to now? Who should we set? But it's not obvious, but that makes a really good team environment for this Georgia Tech squad.
And just like that, Georgia Tech still humming along with an RPI of 12, trying to move to 8-2 in the ACC today. After a 25-15 victory in set 1, 25-16 in the second, up 5. And trying to become the first to 20 again with Bertolino on the line.
Big Thurman back on the court. Now with setter Barrett in the back row. So 3 high jumpers in the middle. It could be just throw up a ball. I would love to see a good swing.
And there are 4 freshmen on the court right now in Thurman, Hampton, number 5 Sydney Nolan, and the setter Barrett. They are all in the line of fire from Bianca Bertolino, leads the ACC 4th nationally, aces per set. Sometimes you just have to play through your youth, but Mike Schaum should feel very good about what the future holds in Chapel Hill. And you got the jumpers and athletes that he has on right now. They go to Thurman. Vigo tees it up, Mendez long. Oh, but off the hands. Initially they signaled Georgia Tech point. And it will be North Carolina's point instead.
The up official overruled the touch call, and there's no complaints from the Georgia Tech side.
So make it 19-15. Good time for Shaftmaster to get hot on the serve. Oh, Tanae crushes it.
I think Bella D'Amico is the best on the run in this spin set. Watch her run off, so athletic, get a spin set on the money, popping that ball in. Oh, Tanae showing cross court and then ripping it down the line.
Yeah, Bella D'Amico, when she's in motion, she's as accurate as they come. 2015 Georgia Tech. It is Thurman, and she gets the points on the net violation from Otene.
That's a test your jump type of set. So Barron didn't go low with her set. She went super loopy and just said, Thurman, go ahead. You're going to have 2 blockers, but go ahead. We'll trust you on your height advantage.
You know, why say high set when you can go super loopy? I love it.
Yeah, I trained too many kids.
Good dig by Maddie May. The sophomore leads to the point on the other end from Foster.
Foster with the vision, out of system, keeping that ball in front. That was a great approach and finish on that swing.
Amani Foster leading the way offensively, an 8th kill for the graduate student. Quick set and pounded down by Pierce.
You almost want to do a little dance move. Popping her ball is D'Amico out of her hands. Popping it. Just going, mixing it up, going to Pierce in the middle.
Yeah, she popped it. Pierce dropped it. 5th kill for Deandra Pierce. And swing. Clips the hands. Point North Carolina.
That's it. I'm not messing around. Barron just going high, just sailing it and going Thurman. I trust you can go over any block. Nicely done.
Yeah, just let your outside hitters be athletes sometimes. Deficit down to 3. North Carolina looking for some late life to keep afloat in the third. Otene has to change the pace. The cover by Miggins. And the points down the line by Foster. Georgia Tech claiming there was no touch. Shelly Collier pacing, but no challenge.
I love the communication right away from blocker D'Amico. Coach Collier did not see the touch, and D'Amico looked at her like, yes, coach, I touched it.
It's a much more competitive third set for North Carolina. Tight set comes to Otene along the tape. Recovered by D'Amico. Otene once again, long, no touch, and it's a 1-point set. And Michelle Collier will now call time. There was some confusion on the call. It is North Carolina's points. There's the Tar Heels bound off. They are energized. They have a 3-0 run. And the deficit's down to 1.
The difference for the Tar Heels, you went with Coach Schultz, switched it up, said Hampton and Foster, we're going to put you on the outside, and Thurman, you're going on the right side. We're going to trust that your power and jumping ability is going to clear the block a little better because Georgia Tech's camping out there.
And you can tell, even with those freshmen on the floor, North Carolina 207 in this set. They're swimming near 100 through the first 2 sets. So if you're Georgia Tech, how do you counteract that?
You really need Otene to step up. She's on your outside right now. I'm loving the transition middle offense, but it is this 2-hitter rotation that sometimes Georgia Tech gets stuck in. So it's going to be interesting to see if Coach Collier stays in it or switches to the 6-2 just to get a little easier look with 3 attackers in the front row.
Georgia Tech's largest lead in this third set was 6 at 12-6. It was 20-15 following the kill from Otene. But it is narrowed to 1. We saw Georgia Tech in the 4th set versus Duke on Friday rescue itself from a 23-20 deficit in the prospect of another 5-setter. They matched a 6-0 Duke run with a 5-0 run to close it out. Now trying to snuff out North Carolina's 3-0 spurt.
The matchup right now is Otene with setter Barrett. You've got to go there on first ball.
They go to Otene. And again, a long swing. And we are tied at 21.
Otene's hitting that ball nice and flat, trying to catch the top of the fingertips.
Georgia Tech going to challenge for a potential touch. They will. Georgia Tech started this set on a 3-0 run, so should this call stand, it'll be the first time the set was tied since it was 0-0.
I'm loving the fight and the comeback. Coach Shaw figuring out the chess part of the game, which pieces to put in, what players to play to give your team a better shot.
The issue is that ball grazed the fingertips of Sadie Swift. Zoom it in.
Ooh.
The pinky move.
That is the only finger
possible. Yeah, the only digit in the vicinity, as it were.
Ooh, that's tight.
Yeah. We are, I believe, in the range, Keeley, of definitive evidence. See up top here. Might get a different look. We see some fingers bend back.
I mean, that's hard to tell.
Yeah, not a whole lot there either. Yeah.
It's hard to tell. A lot of times when we played, it would be like a whiff touch. You would never give it up in a match time, but in practice, you would ask your opposing side, hey, do you touch it? You have to be honest in practice. But in a match, you sell it.
And the call in the corner was no touch, point North Carolina. Look at every available angle here to see if there was some finger movement from the sophomore Sadie Swift. A couple of errant swings here down the stretch from Otene. And when Georgia Tech needs a boost from the stands, you can always count on the father of Bello D'Amico to roust the crowd. But not enough to roust a reversal. Stays North Carolina's point, 21 all. Very interesting, Michelle Collier making a couple of substitutions for the first time. Eloise Suarez, the freshman setter, comes on, replacing D'Amico, and Afedo Magnan comes on, replacing the freshman Mendez.
And that's what we said during a timeout. You got to get to Otene, and after the first play, Coach Collier shifted into that 6-2 double sub to create 3 hitters in the offense.
Suarez's first touch popped up high. Otene met at the summit. North Carolina take its first lead of the set, and they can from who else? Schaffmaster. It's a 5-0 North Carolina run.
Definitely showing character today as North Carolina staying in the match. This is how you don't play score. You just play hard, work yourself back in the match, led by your leader right there in Schaffmaster.
Magnan, a much-needed point for the Jackets.
Nickname is Smiley. After that kill coming through, now she looks a little more locked in. High jumper on our side as well, coming through strong. One thing about Smiley is that she is fearless. Magnan taking that rip.
By the way, Keeley, 22-21 was North Carolina's first lead of the entire match. Possible joust at the net, and Pimentel unable to get underneath it. North Carolina makes it 23-22. Amazing. It took until 22-21 in the third for North Carolina, 4-5 in the ACC, to get a lead on Georgia Tech, and now they're 2 points away from making it 2-1.
It's going to be fun to see where this one going, because if Magnan gets the hot hand, we've seen her put up 17 kills.
Suarez goes to Magnan. Pimentel has to lunge for it. Suarez underneath it. Bertolino turned away. Suarez back to Bertolino. Point Tech.
Oh, this is ACC volleyball right here. Strong blocks, even better covers. Transition going right back to Bertolino. Is Suarez off the bench, still dishing a set.
And she dishes Bertolino for her 13th kill of the match, tied at 23. And the serve specialist, Liz Patterson, to float it in. Schaffmaster can't find the seam. Suarez, the jump set, Bertolino, the dig by May. We continue to play with Foster, making it set point for North Carolina.
Such trust when you have Barrett, who's just been playing with Foster for only a few months, coming here strong, just straight trust out of the back row, taking that swing as Foster.
Carson Overbeck, second generation Tar Heel, to serve it off the bench. North Carolina with a swing away from the set with the block, and we play on.
Bianca Bertolino doesn't do much trash talking because she plays with a steady demeanor, but watch her stepping on this block, a little look back like, yup, guys, hit my way, I'll get that little walk back like what?
8th block of the day for the Yellow Jackets. Bertolino coming through with the defense, 24 all. Georgia Tech only has one of its 8 ACC wins, or 7 ACC wins, I should say, by a sweep. They want to earn it. They want to make it a second. Schaffmaster, dig from the back by Otene. Bertolino plays it across. Dumped over on 2, pushed long by Bertolino. Barron now feeds Schaffmaster. She does a change of pace. Now Mendez. And the point to North Carolina. Was there a violation on the Jackets? Evidently so. Set point number 2 for the Jackets, or for the Tar Heels.
I think Bozy for a moment forgot she was front row middle just to go ahead and touch that ball before the net. She waited for the ball to get into the net to play that ball.
Zoe Barron second on the Tar Heels and Aces. Up high. And down hard, the point and the set from Thurman. As North Carolina, serve game was more consistent as well. Cut down on the service errors. As North Carolina gets it started in the 4th quick set. Right well by the Tar Heels. Suarez will stay on as the setter. Mendez with the touch. Schaffmaster keeps it up. Bertolino cooks it cross court.
Great pop out of her hand. Suarez going nice and low to the right side with Bertolino. This is the advantage of running your middle away. It creates the seam because the middle on the other side, Nolan had to step in front with the middle.
Well, Georgia Tech was in command in this match. 25-15 in the first, Keeley. 25-16 in the second. They were up 12-6, 20-15 in the third, but unable to put North Carolina away. And all of a sudden, you feel like there's a little more momentum on the Tar Heel side of the net as the point from Otene gives Tech a 2-0 lead.
Great job on the run. Suarez doing a nice job putting the ball right on the money. Otene in her approach stride, feeling smooth.
Gives Otene 14 kills.
Oh, gotta play that.
Well, there. Just in the nick of time was Mendez. Otene off the bump set, and it is long.
It's a beautiful job on that rip. Coach Collier reaching for her challenge card because her players are saying there was a touch.
One last glance back to Tamara Otene, who had that swing, and challenge initiated.
Gosh, this is some fun volleyball, though, Ian.
Yeah, you know, it is fun to see a team pick itself up off the deck like North Carolina did, because they had every reason to fold the tents, getting really routed in those first two sets and down 5 in 2015. But Mike Schall's team showing a lot of fortitude. And again, what made it even more impressive is the spark that he got from his freshmen.
You're 100% right. That when you're going into a new program and you're a recruit, you just want to have a shot. Will you play the freshman? And Coach Schall digging deep into his bench to get the freshmen some action and then showing up.
Clearly that ball was long. The question, though, did it clip a hand at the net? If so, it'd be the right pinky of Romani Thurman.
On that shot, I'm not seeing motion. Do you see any finger motion?
Yeah, I don't. And it's always the pinky. Have you noticed that?
Right.
The pinky is always the hardest to tell. Well, Tamara Otene seemed fairly convinced. Don't see a lot of finger bend from that angle. Call on the court was North Carolina point.
The next is was there a net violation? I'm not seeing net motion either.
Yeah, net stays still. And North Carolina point. Probably worth a look, even though it's early in the set. But the call stands. And now it's Schaffmaster set to wind it up. Oh, Otene. Yikes. Look out below.
Her last name needs like 5 O's in front of that swing. Oh no, Otene down the line. Power attack, walk that off.
And that gunslinger stare. Eventually she cracked a smile. North Carolina's first ball contact improved considerably in that third set as well, as they get the tool of the block and the point.
And that, my friend, is how you bounce back. Georgia Tech thought they had a lot of momentum on that previous swing, and Thurman says, just give me the ball.
Yep. She has asserted herself, no question. Quick set. Just able to keep it up. Otene change of pace, but Barron read it. And now it is Thurman winding up and delivering the point. They are not shy about feeding the freshman, and the freshman Romani Thurman not shy about putting it home.
Yeah, definitely. If you're a recruit watching this, you're like, okay, they're playing freshmen. I have a chance. Thurman waiting her time behind Miggins, doing a great job.
Another kill for Otene. Georgia Tech regains the lead.
You can see the wrist set delivery from Suarez. That ball's right on the money. Her hands pop that ball. Not a lot of arm motion, but the hand control pop out of her set is beautiful.
And a point from the pin by Foster. Muscling that through the double block.
Georgia Tech's going to have to pick up their service game because Foster's hot. When Thurman's in that back row, you have Foster for 2 rotations, looking strong.
And first ball contact, it has tightened up considerably for the Tar Heels. Definitely giving them issues in sets 1 and 2. Trying to force a 5-setter for a second straight match. They got to deal with Tamara Otene because she is dialed in.
Changing up the play is Georgia Tech on that serve-receive pattern. Instead of keeping Otene all the way to the antenna, they're bringing her inside. Watch the inside setup. The block goes slightly wide, gives a lot more court to look at.
Suarez up for Otene, and she gets the point.
When you have a wrist setter, so Suarez is popping that ball so clean, gives the attacker a lot of time to see it in her flow. It's not a lot of arm motion and then wrist motion. Otene in her stride, going through that back row attack.
It's Otene to serve. Bertolino's turn. And a point for the Jackets. I believe that was a net violation. It was cross court from us.
Such a strong game. It all started with the touch off that block. I thought that ball was going down. The touch saved the day. Nice block touch.
3-0 run for the Jackets. Foster showing off her arm swing.
I mean, that's the matchup you want. You go Foster, your grad transfer, skying over Suarez. You just gotta go high. And you see how that's OTB over the block.
Imani Foster second on the Tar Heels in kills, leads them with a dozen today. Pushed across to Bertolino. Boy, she was off platform, Keeley, but she still got the point.
Oh my goodness, leaning back, letting that ball cross her shoulder is Suarez dishing out a money set. Watch this lean back right here. Over her shoulder, it's a blind set. You just have to trust your square. Getting off the hands to finish is Bertolino.
Boy, Foster is swinging a hammer here in the fourth.
Oh, you know, I think the fans need to help the Georgia Tech side because Foster is feeling her game. If she's playing like this, I'm not sure how we're not going to go 5 sets.
And with the acoustics as they are at O'Keefe Gymnasium, that sounds like a cannon blast. She has 13 kills. Next highest Tar Heel is Schaffmaster with a surprising 7. Right back to Foster. She has to change her swing. Bertolino clinical down the line.
I can't get over the wrist set pop from Suarez. That ball comes out so clean. Watch that wrist. Boom, right on the money. Just in your flow is Bertolino.
Just a little flick, and Bertolino with the finish to give her 16. Back out to a 3-point edge for the Jackets. Suarez to serve. The freshman centers on both sides of the net as Schaffmaster puts it home.
You got Schaffmaster now scoring points on the outside. Loving that leadership you're seeing, staying strong.
Avery Schaffmaster trying to make it 2 straight first-team All-ACC selections this year. Another flick of the wrist, Bertolino cross-court for the finish.
Oh, you got that 1-2 punch, Bertolino saying muchas gracias, and translating that to Portuguese. She's like, oh, I know Portuguese as well. Obrigada. Nice, low, flat set through the seam.
Look at you flexing your fluency on the broadcast, Kimmy.
It was funny, you talked to Bertolino last season. She's like, who'd have thought I would come to America and learn Portuguese before I learned English?
Yeah, right. Otene, clever touch, puts it down the line. Georgia Tech starting to extend this lead on the Tar Heels.
Yeah, Otene from New Zealand on the outside, Bertolino from Argentina. A lot of languages going on the court right now.
And one common language, one universal one.
Volleyball.
There with the back set, and that one long. Did it touch? No. 12-7 at Georgia Tech. Mike Shaw to see march for his challenge card. And the Tar Heels coach Will.
In this huddle right now, you all want to be a fly in the wall in the Georgia Tech huddle, because right away, Coach Collier can look at the two blockers and say, hey, did you touch it or did you touch it? So only that huddle knows really what happened on that last swing. 12-7
with a point granted for now to Georgia Tech. Cue up some reviews off that swing from Thurman. North Carolina ate up a 5-point deficit late in that third set to force us into a fourth. Down 5 right now. Now you know that margin won't faze them. See some of the leadership in their huddle initiated by the players. You always love those player-led huddles.
So Bertolino definitely did miss the ball on the dig. So the question is at the blocker's hands, if anyone touched it or the arm contact.
Bosey to the right. Otene to the left.
So it would be the left hand, it looks like, from Bosey.
It almost looked like she turned her hand as that ball was coming in. I don't know if that gives us from that angle a definitive look at whether there was a touch or no touch.
This probably is your best bet. I'm not seeing it. What about you, Andy?
I love when you put me on the spot.
I love it. Yeah. I think it was just as close as the other calls we've seen.
I think the call will stand, which, as we know, if you parse it out a little different than call confirmed. Just don't know if there is any look here. Well, maybe that one is a bit of a difference. I think that shows a touch by Bosey.
So Bosey turned her hand. So the question is, was it the finger motion? I'm thinking there's motion on that one.
Okay. Yeah, that last replay might be our best look. Again, was the evidence conclusive? And it was. I think it was that last look.
And right away, you look at the blocker, Bosey, there was no argument. She walked right back to their servicing pattern, so that was a nice call.
Yeah, she kept her lips sealed. So make it 11-8 Jackets, and North Carolina to serve with Schaffmaster. Still only 2 aces on the day for the Tar Heels, who came in 3rd in the league in aces per set. Service error from Schaffmaster.
That delay almost iced your own player with Schaffmaster, with Coach Shaw using his challenge card.
Coach Shaw talked with us before the match about his team stand steady against Clemson. And a big ingredient in why they were able to emerge with a 5-set road win. Trying to keep their steadiness here. The block and the point, Deandra Pierce, letting everybody know about it.
She's like, I'll get my timing strong on this one. I'm not going up early. That ball's a high set. Let me wait. I'll get the lineup. Great penetration, hang time, extra push over by Pierce.
For a 9th Georgia Tech block of the day. 5-point lead. Foster just got the top of the hands.
You can see the difference in the shift by Barron on the outside and the right side sets, just going high, testing the jump. Foster touching the top hands of the blocker's fingers.
A 36th assist for Zoe Barron, who set her season high against Clemson with 48. Quick set, and Pierce once more.
You could love it. So right after a block, getting that first ball, Suarez feeling it, setting that middle quickly off the pop. A little hug. I got a little abrazo right there.
There you go.
My brain went Spanish.
DeAndre Pierce's career high was 10. She did that versus Virginia. Michelle Collier's transfers this offseason, along with Liv Mogridge from North Carolina. Spears spent 2 seasons at Texas.
And this
and
rotation,
the freshman Mendez.
This rotation is going to be hard not to set Foster over Suarez. That's where I would be going.
No set necessary. On the air from Mendez.
Georgia Tech just hopes that they can get a quick side out, because the size advantage between Foster on the outside and Suarez, that's going to be the advantage of UNC on that attack.
And that's something Georgia Tech concedes when they play Suarez at center over Bertolino, and Otene gets the point for the Jackets. Michelle Collier will gladly take that gift from Tamara Otene. And a timeout on the court. 15-10, Georgia Tech. Tamara Otene with now 21 kills.
Hello?
Have you met them yet?
Met who?
Hello?
Freddy's can get to you.
What are you so afraid of?
Rated PG-13.
Hey, Jamie. Oh, what am I up to? Just visiting a special secret client. I can't say who it is, but let's just say she bundled her dream house and her dream car for around-the-clock protection with Progressive. Oh. She has another house in Malibu. She's been an astronaut, an architect, a CEO.
We're in front of her house, dude.
Well, I'd love to tell you who her boyfriend is, but I don't think I can. I'd love to tell you, but I don't think I can.
Marty, look for it on digital and Blu-ray.
Freshman Eloise Suarez was instrumental in Georgia Tech's thrilling 5-set win versus Florida State here 2 weeks ago. The most assists by a Georgia Tech freshman in the modern scoring era. We've seen her court time increase in sets 3 and 4, and she's been really locked in with that wrist set.
You can see how she pops her ball. It's so clean, working a dynamic offense right now.
And that is the name of the game in Brazil, her kind of set.
Correct, I learned that finish that she's working it with right now. In Brazil myself, when I trained there in my playing days in Spain, once I learned the difference of the finishes, I could dish and set into the center hoop like Steph Curry. Anywhere on the court, popping it, because it's more of a wrist type of setting instead of arms first and then wrist.
She dished it to Bianca Bertolino that time to stretch the Tech lead to 6. Bertolino long.
That's a huge side out for UNC to stay in the match. You have Foster shifting into the back row. Cannot sleep on her back row attack because she's still fire right now.
Yeah, especially after that overpass on the serve. And Otene cannot guide that on the line. And opening for North Carolina, can the Tar Heels barge through it as they try to make up a 4-point deficit?
That was a thank you moment because Bertolino just stuck a pass.
Sticks it again to Suarez. Pierce with the point.
Oh, there's a beautiful moment when you feel your middle and just pop it fast out of your hands. Watch the truss. Gives Pierce enough time to see it and get that extension.
And that is poetry right there between DeAndre Pierce and Eloise Suarez. Georgia Tech trying to run its win streak over North Carolina to 5 straight. Back set, slot, attack, point, North Carolina, and Swift.
Swift has been quiet, but she's like, I can do it too. Nice incorporating the slide attack in a 2-hitter offense, going right over, getting the touch and the line.
Right, I do love a well-timed slide, Keeley. And Swift able to put it down for her third kill of the match. They're trying to take Bianca Bertolino out of the offense by serving to her, but Bianca Bertolino, there has been no answer here in the fourth for her.
With a top-ranked team, you can go deep into your bench. They always have a strong bench because that opposing side in practice really pushes the team. So when you have D'Amico, Suarez, you can shift to any setter. Both are good.
18-13 Georgia Tech. Schaffmaster across the tape, but out. He tools the block, gets the point.
At this point in the match, it's all about pushing points. If you're UNC, you look at what you have, get up a strong block. For Georgia Tech, it is a side-out game.
Bertolino, side out.
All the yeses right there. Suarez set her middle early on. That is just enough to make UNC hold enough. There you go, give Bianca Bertolino a seam. She's gonna come up with the point.
And Mike Shaw wants to restore order. Timeout Carolina as Bianca Bertolino on the strength of her 20th kill makes it 19-14 Tech. Bianca Bertolino, preseason All-ACC. She was second team All-Conference last year. We still got one more half of conference play left, but you could probably put the pencil away and take out the pen. Right at Bianca Bertolino for first team All-ACC because she has been swinging as well as anyone in this league.
You interview any coach in the ACC and they talk about the service game and passing game from Bertolino. She comes with that international experience on the Argentine national team. She was the libero. Now she's shifted as an outside hitter. She can pass dimes and do it all. Her game is so stable. With that stability is something you can depend on, and you can see it's on her shoulder today. She's taken it in stride.
She has grown into a very well-rounded player from Michelle Collier. Not just the 20 kills, but she's hitting .459. 9 digs as well, 3 blocks. Yeah, the 20 kills is good, but then when you add, oh, by the way, .459.
Whoa, I didn't see that.
Gives
stat,
you a
Andy.
new level of admiration
Whoa.
for what she's done. And I'm sure that timeout was called in part to maybe shake up Bertolino before the service.
I'm thinking on this one, like I've been liking Thurman, even though she's going to run to the other side of the court, throw her up a high ball, go put her over Otene.
And an ace. That is like jumping on a grenade when it's coming over.
Such confidence in her game. Bertolino out of a timeout. Now you can see throughout the match she's feeling her groove, going back, ripping that ace for her team.
Second ace of the match, 48th of the season for the newest member of the 100 Ace Club. Takes something off that time. Thurman trying to guide that over the double block. Mendez with the point. Her turn to off-speed it.
That was a great transition play. Suarez decided to keep the set low. Keeping it low, caught the defense on the heels. Great job, Mendez, mixing up the tip shot.
21-14, Georgia Tech, 3-zip the run for the Yellow Jackets.
How nice is it for Coach Collier and staff to have 2 solid setters on the court, and then you add 2 more that we don't really mention, but great job going deep into your bench, just trying to figure out what's going to work this match.
Bertolino's nearly reaching the roof on that toss. There she is, punched over by Otene, and now slammed home by Tamara Otene.
Yes, hugs all around, team effort, crossing that over, and then the put away. Otene ready for the second effort, going, thumping that ball down.
Effort and then explosiveness from Otene and Paolo Pimentel. Paroxysms of joy for the defensive specialist. North Carolina the timeout. Boy, just that play, Keeley, that kind of encapsulates Georgia Tech volleyball this year. In North Carolina, again, you have to tip your cap to the Tar Heels. The way they forced this fourth set, the way they stayed steady, Georgia Tech starting to stretch it out, but that last play, you saw the defense, you saw the hustle, and then you saw the strength at the net by the likes of Otene to put that away.
Beautifully done. Georgia Tech looked at every ACC team. Yes, we are last in the ACC in blocks per set, but our defense is better than yours, and that's how they play and fight every point just to prove why they are #1 in the ACC in digs per set.
And why Paulo Pimentel leads the ACC in digs per set. North Carolina at a record of 4-5. Still looking for that signature win against the top half of the ACC. Especially when you play so many young players, that can be the last piece of the puzzle sometimes. 22-14. Hope that young one appreciates what she's watching. The jump toss Bertolino, but that one low.
Coming in on this, that was a nice service run by Bertolino, but UNC just happy with where they're at with the front row game. Can they touch off this block and transition kill is the question.
Ava Swain, the sophomore, subs on for the service. Tries to pin Pimentel deep. Suarez up to Mendez, blocked. Amani Foster, not just the kills, Amani Foster has made her presence.
Foster recognized that set was inside, so instead of going wide to the antenna, watch her step in, stay strong. Yep. That's the bounce back to take away the seam on that block.
Had she take one more half step, she would have been out of position. Good anticipation by the grad student. North Carolina gets the cover ball. Thurman winds up but gets blocked.
The extra hang time by Bozy. Those are the reps you take in the weight room. Those extra jump boxes for this moment.
Anna Bozy, give her a 7th block. Coming off 5 blocks in the win versus Duke. But that one is out, and it turns into set point. I'll tell you what, you can't leave O'Keefe without being impressed by Romani Thurman and the other freshman, Sophie Hampton. But now Georgia Tech is 1 point away from running its conference record at 8-2 as Pimentel floats to the cross. Barron pops it up to Foster, and the point, North Carolina.
That's a go-to feel with Foster. There was no other place that ball was going. Barron, their setter, was like, Foster, this is on you.
And he made the libero on the service line. Suarez across to Otene, and that finishes it off. And Georgia Tech closes the weekend with 4-set victories at O'Keefe Gymnasium. 25-15.